Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about scams and how, for some apparent reason, a lot of seniors are targeted for these scams. And today I want to go over some important notes that any senior should know to try to protect themselves from these scams. So why are seniors targeted? Well, seniors are polite and trusting. You know, we've always been taught to be trustworthy and to expect people to be honest and sincere. And that is probably one of the faults that scammers are constantly trying to manipulate us on. So that's one reason. A lot of seniors will answer the phone. You know, they are trusting. The phone rings, they don't recognize who it is, they answer it, and they get on the line. They may be managing health or financial problems. You know, I know my phone rings many times, and it's from my doctor's office or it's from a clinic where I had a test done, and I don't recognize the number. However, I know that I just had these tests done, and somebody might be trying to get a hold of me to let me know, what the results are. Scammers know that seniors have savings, pensions, houses, and a lot of other assets that they might be able to get their hands on, so that makes them a prime target as well. So what are some of the most common scams that are targeting seniors? Well, the grandparent scam. Sometimes calls pretending to be a grandchild in trouble. Red flag. Don't tell mom or dad. So anytime that you receive a call, and if the person on the other end tells you shouldn't do something, shouldn't tell anybody, shouldn't contact anybody, then you know right away that there's a problem. Government impersonation. The government will not call you and ask for your social insurance number. They will not call you and ask for your bank information. They will not call you and ask anything about your financial situation. So if you receive a call from someone saying they're from the government or from the bank or any other institution, do not give out your personal information. Hang up. Call your bank. Call the government using the numbers that are legitimate and advertised on government websites or bank websites, and do your due diligence before you give anybody any information. Romance scams. Unfortunately, these happen in our world. Seniors get contacted on Facebook or Twitter or any other platform. A lot of times they'll be impersonating for instance, of a male senior being scammed. It'll be a younger girl. Will try to friend you on Facebook or follow you on Twitter, and they try to create a friendship. And then the next thing you know, we all read in the paper where there's been a senior scammed out of hundreds of thousands of dollars in what they thought was a legitimate relationship. If anybody wants your money, it's not legitimate and it's not a relationship. So don't go there. Tech support scams. Pop-up saying on your computer's infected. Please call this number. We have all your files. We know that you've been doing something you shouldn't, so we're going to report you to the police. They a lot of times they try to tell you that they're from Apple or Microsoft or some legitimate company, and that they're here to help. Do not fall for this one. They are not there to help, and you will not get a phone call from one of these companies. They are there for you to call them to get tech support. Lottery scams. You've won, but you must pay a fee. If you've won the lottery, they're giving you money. They do not expect you to give them any money to receive your prize. Do not give anybody any money under the suggestion that you have won money. Banking and credit card swishing. If you receive a text or a phone call asking you to verify any of your financial credentials, information, bank balances, or anything like that, hang up the phone. You are not, and you should not be giving your information to anybody over the phone. As a matter of fact, I had a phone call recently from someone telling me that they were from my bank and that they wanted to talk to me about refinancing a loan that I have, and I immediately said, goodbye. I am not talking about my financial situation over the phone. The 5 red flags that almost every scam has. Urgency. They always want something has to be done right now. You need to go get those gift cards right away. You need to give them information right away. You need to give them money right away. Fear. They want you to believe that there's something going to happen to you unless you fulfill what they want you to do. Secrecy. Don't tell anybody. You can't tell anybody. Don't tell your kids. Don't tell the bank. Don't tell the government. Don't tell anybody. Not a good thing. Pressure to pay in unusual ways. If someone tells you to go get gift cards for any reason and give them to them, you do not want to do that. It is a scam. Unsolicited contact. If they reached out to you, be suspicious. Tools seniors can use to protect themselves. These are practical, simple, and don't require tech skills. Call display and call blocking. Most scams come by phone. So if you get a call that you don't recognize, let it go to voicemail. If it's legitimate, they will leave you a message. And if it's somebody you know, you can call them back. If it isn't someone you know, just ignore it or block it the next time. That way they can't call. Email filters. In all your different email clients, Outlook, Gmail, whatever the case may be, you can make certain emails go as spam, or you can block them, you can delete them. Don't worry, you can just get rid of these and you're good to go. Password managers. I can't tell you how important this one is. You can get a password manager. Apple has their own password manager. There are all kinds. One is called NordPass. It's the one that a lot of people use. That way you can have a separate password for all the different, for your bank, for any kind of login that you might use. You should have a separate password, and this way they're secure. Don't leave them in a notepad file or a Word file, anything like that, because they are hackable. Two-factor authentication. This is where you go to log into your bank or your investment company, and they require to send you either an email or a text message to ensure it's you by giving you a code. You want to have this on every account that you own because it's the second layer of security. Credit monitoring. Even though I don't use that myself, it's a good thing to have, and it's also a good thing to monitor your credit every once in a while. Most bank clients, like Royal Bank, they have it within their system that you can click on, and get a credit report and see what's happening with your credit. It's a good idea to keep an eye on it just in case you see something that isn't right. you can make a phone call and have it corrected. Reverse lookups. If you get a phone call from a number and you're not sure what it is, you can usually Google it and find out if it's legitimate. A lot of times scammers, they use technology that enables them to make it look like it's coming from a legitimate phone number, but in reality it's not. So you can sometimes Google and find out where that number is, or if it's a common number scammers are using. Bank alerts. Most banks or investment companies will send you a text or an email notifying you that you've set up a withdrawal, or you've contacted them to do so. Just as a way, it'll say, we've received your request. If you haven't put in this request, please call us. Go to their website, make sure it's a legitimate phone number that you're going to call them and ask what's going on if you didn't do it. 6 simple rules seniors can follow. Hang up the phone and call back if you're not sure about a phone number. Never give personal info to someone who's contacted you first. Doesn't matter who they say they are. If it feels urgent, it's probably a scam. Talk to someone you trust if you're not sure what to do, whether that be your son, your bank manager, anybody that you feel secure that might be able to help you in any situation. Run it past them. Get a second opinion and make sure that, if you believe something is a scam, 2 heads are better than 1. Scammers are getting smarter, but so are we. If you slow down, ask questions, and use the tools available, you can protect yourself and your money. Share this video with someone you care about. They need to know this kind of information as well. It might save them or you thousands of dollars. Thanks again for watching. If you find this information helpful, please subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. And also, leave me some comments, questions. I'm very familiar with these kinds of things, and I would be more than happy to answer any questions that you might have. And tell me about a particular scam that you've been presented. If somebody has called you and asked you to do something, or wanted you to get back to them, or whatever the case may be, leave it in the comments for me and let me know what you've run into, because you could very well be helping others that are watching the video, and you could save them thousands of dollars as well. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye for now.